You're dealing with an addicted generation.
This is a big time bomb ticking.
This is no accident. Indeed, it is by design.
I mean, seriously?
It was my mistake.
I mean, I think we can all feel it.
To try to make these products as addictive as
400%
possible.
spike in dopamine.
We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible. That is the desired use case of these products, is that you use it in an addictive fashion because that maximizes the profit that can be extracted from your attention and data.
It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are.
The way the technologist Jaron Lanier puts it is that these companies offer you shiny treats in exchange for minutes of your attention and bytes of your personal data, which can then be packaged up and sold.
What happened is that the attention economy and this race for attention got more and more competitive. And the more competitive it got to get people's attention on, say, a news website, the more they need to add these design principles, these more manipulative design tactics, as ways of holding on to your attention.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
Social media tools are designed to be addictive. The actual desired use case of these tools is that you fragment your attention as much as possible throughout your waking hours. That's how these tools are designed to use. Well, we have a growing amount of research which tells us that if you spend large portions of your day in a state of fragmented attention, so large portions of your day where you're constantly breaking up your attention, take a quick glance, do a just check, and just quickly look at Instagram, that this can permanently reduce your capacity for concentration. I am especially worried about this when we look at the younger generation coming up, which is the most saturated in this technology.
And it's very addictive because if you pull on the slot machine arm enough, you will win. And you never know which pull will reward you.
You know, imagine like when you take that to the extreme, where, you know, bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want. It's a really, really bad state of affairs. And we compound the problem, right? We curate our lives around this perceived sense of perfection because we get rewarded in these short-term signals, hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth. And instead what it really is fake brittle popularity. That's short-term and that leaves you even more, and admit it, vacant and empty before you did it. Because then it forces you into this vicious cycle where you're like, what's the next thing I need to do now? Because I need it back. Think about that compounded by 2 billion people. And then think about how people react then to the perceptions of others. It's really bad.
So we know from the research literature that the more you use social media, the more likely you are to feel lonely or isolated. We know that the constant exposure to your friends' carefully curated positive portrayals of their life can leave you to feel inadequate and can increase rates of depression. And something I think we're going to be hearing more about in the near future is that there's a fundamental mismatch between the way our brains are wired and this behavior of exposing yourself to stimuli with intermittent rewards throughout all of your waking hours. So it's one thing to spend a couple hours at the slot machine in Las Vegas, but if you bring a slot machine with you and you pull that handle all day long from when you wake up to when you go to bed, we're not wired from it. It short circuits the brain, and we're starting to find that it has actual cognitive consequences, one of them being this sort of pervasive background hum of anxiety.
We are in a really bad state of affairs right now, in my opinion. It is eroding the core foundations of how people behave by and between each other. And I don't have a good solution. This is a global problem.
Today's June 29th, and on Friday I had my phone stolen either out of my purse or I laid it down at the bar. So ever since then, I've been thinking about how I just really don't want an iPhone anymore. I just feel like it's taking over everyone's life, everyone's world, everyone's brain. You know, I do have ADD. My personality is, they call it monkey brain, which is super fun adjective, thank you. I can bob around for many different ideas, which in a lot of instances is good. I have a lot of interests, but I almost feel like I'm like I'm overheating and I just don't really see myself getting any better. I wake up in the morning and try not to think about my phone. You know, wake up and meditate. Even then I have to use my phone to use the meditation app. I have to use my phone to play the music. So even then I find myself just like constantly going back to it. I feel like I'm almost living for Instagram in a way, even though I'm not famous and I'm not an influencer. It's just a thought. Should I post that? Or I'm not gonna post that. Or I'm not gonna post a lot because I don't wanna look like someone that posts a lot. It's just this weird relationship that has my mind in a funk. Why do I need to be documenting every single moment of my life? And if it's to remember, well then I should get a fucking better memory, because my memory is already shit right now, and it's probably because of this goddamn phone. How many minutes is it? What time should I leave? What was the weather again? Constantly checking your phone because I'm not having to remember anything. I don't have to remember any fucking thing. My phone remembers everything. Why can't I just have a flip phone? Why can't I just use iMessage when I'm on my laptop? But I just think that this is an opportunity to grow my brain, and I don't see what the harm is. I'm running some errands, running them blindly, don't have a GPS, woo! Crazy, just have to remember the fucking roads, hope there's not a wreck or traffic or a cop, because my license plate expired in September. My friend Jack was telling me how he went to the mountains this past weekend. The host wanted everyone to disconnect. She asked everyone to put their phones in a bowl and she was gonna hide them. And then Jack said that it didn't take very long for a lot of people to start kind of freaking out, like wanting their iPhone, getting frustrated. And that's just my point with all this, is like, I'm a slave for you. So it's been a couple weeks since I haven't had my phone. Couldn't tell you the date. I don't have an iPhone to know the calendar. But I just got back from a trip to Montana with my family. One thing that was interesting to me was how much I notice other people on their phone. But I also don't judge my parents for being on their phone, because they were introduced to a smartphone, what, like 10 years ago? If you're just now using an iPhone at 50, this hasn't affected your psyche. You're over the hump. You know, enjoy your phone. Watch dumb Facebook, YouTube videos. Google loudest forever. I don't care. It's mainly for me just the younger generation and how it's affecting us. My friends that are younger, they're on their phones way more. Like, we're still talking, we're just walking, they're waiting in line, and my younger friends are just checking Instagram, not being present. I'm very present. Hello, it is July 28th, 2021. So I haven't had a phone for more than a month, but I have I have 2 laptops, a kid in my class. He kind of argued that one of the reasons that you're doing this is that you think that social media is a really big cause of your anxiety, but you're saying that you're still using all these other platforms, but on a laptop. That's true. But there's a big difference between living your life, doing your thing, and then at the end of the day, getting on Instagram and checking it online. The amount that I'm on it, the amount that I'm thinking about it is significantly reduced. No comparison, bar none. The convenience of an iPhone is unmatched. Now we're surfing the web and checking what everyone is doing all the time. And then another thought that I had recently is I feel like Atlanta's really blown up and it's really gotten almost very Instagrammable, and I wonder if it's because of Instagram and social media. Like, is our society changing because people want somewhere cute to take a picture, or are they doing it because they have a genuine interest in bringing Atlanta to the forefront as a city that is a leadership in art? Because let me tell you, Atlanta did not used to have flowers hanging from the ceiling, okay? We did not used to have cocktails with a flower in them, okay? I don't know where that came from, but that was not here, honey. That was not here. Hello, it is August 2nd, 2021, and I'm getting a phone today. I've not had a phone in more than a month. No iPhone, I've just been using my laptops. But I'm very excited. I'm gonna be getting a flip phone. I miss having an iPhone, but I'm curious if I'll be able to curb my hunger by getting a flip phone. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Are you ready for me to get a phone?
So excited to get you a phone.
Yeah.
Because
Call yourself. But it'll be interesting to see what Verizon says, because I don't think they sell flip phones here anymore.
the
Why
fact
don't you
is,
guys sell flip phones?
we got Granny. We got her a flip phone. She doesn't even. She can't even operate that. All she does is get.
There have to be burners.
All she does is get dirty messages on it.
Really?
Text messages. It's terrible.
What do they say?
Hey, give me a call if you want to see some big ones. It's terrible. I have to delete them all the time.
I don't know what she's been clicking on. What clickbait she's been clicking.
How you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Real good. What can we do for you today?
And I want to convert from having an iPhone to having a flip phone. Do you guys have games on this? Do you have Snake?
No clue.
Calculator?
What that was Snake? That's like
back in the day.
I know. No one believes this is possible, but I don't see why it's not. You really don't think so? Why?
Because the 21st century, how everything is set up and all that. Yeah, people are going to look at you and think you're weird.
That's fine. I'm quirky. I'm not like most girls.
That's
Quirky.
Very fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm telling you, you're going to sit there and go, why are these people calling me wanting to send me pictures of their big boobs?
Word.
Other than that, you guys are all set.
Do you guys have a
So what was
bathroom
your
I can
name again?
use?
It's Frederick, by the way.
Frederick, okay, awesome.
Thank you, Frederick.
Yes, ma'am.
That's that on that.
That's that on that.
He didn't think that it was too plausible.
No, he thought that we're in the 21st century and everything is geared to Apple or Samsung connectivity.
Why do you have to be connected all the time?
These are sort of preconceived Madison Avenue notions.
I think it's plausible.
Well, yeah, sure. They said the Wright brothers couldn't fly.
I will say that I missed having a phone.
Well, guess what? You don't have to miss your phone anymore because I know someone in this car that got a new flip phone.
Hey doll. Click.
Okay, let's put the phone down because you know what? A policeman might think it's a pistol.
They won't even think it's a
Now,
smartphone.
wait just a second. What is that thing that you're flipping and a flopping?
Guess who has a... Can you turn this down?
Sure. You don't want to watch these water polo guys? Their bodies are awesome.
Like, if anything, iPhones keep us more connected, but like, how productive, like, and I know it's more productive.
Connected, but not productive. Coke, you need to be watching this. These are ripped guys.
I'm trying to log into my student account. Let's put it this way. Everything takes a little longer.
Seems interesting to me that how everybody can have iPhones. How do you pay for those things?
Yeah, it's like $1,500 a pop.
Family of 4, you're talking about $6,000.
Well, that's how crucial I think people think it is. People have been saying like, oh, you're going to be so out of the loop. I really haven't been that out of the loop, and most of the time people are texting me dumb stuff. The only thing that annoys me is not having music.
Turn the radio on.
Yeah, but when you're listening to the radio, then you're just at the
Mercy of the
mercy
DJ.
of it. Yeah, and it's
That's
just,
what life's about.
I know, but I like to discover
always
music
get-
and make playlists.
Right? But guess
No,
what?
I agree, but I'm
Again,
just saying.
that's a good point. You don't get everything you want. That's how we grew up. You don't get everything. This is a station you have to listen to. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, great. Oh, well, this
That's
is
it.
it.
That's
Yeah.
all there is.
Not everything needs to be so curated.
Exactly.
That's
so
true.
specific.
It is August 8th, 2021, and I've just been doing some research for this documentary. It's really scary how hopeless people at the top are. People that know the science behind these technologies like smartphones and social media. And they were just talking about how much dopamine hits it is checking social media, having our phone, and how our iPhone is way more interesting than life itself. I think that the reason I'm so out of whack is because I've been receiving significantly less dopamine hits. If I had anxiety, I would spend the day literally just pretty much looking at my own Instagram and watching my own videos, getting dopamine hits from me thinking about how other people, what they might think looking at my page. But in a way, it gave me hope because while all these major geniuses see this being a horrible issue that's detrimental to society, their answer to the problem was not get a flip phone. There should be another alternative, but there's literally no other phone. Like my flip phone I got is for an old woman. The buttons are huge. This one guy, he was talking about, well, you know, on my home screen, I have my tools, like a map, something that isn't making money off of my attention. But then the other apps, like more social media, I have them hidden away. On my phone, they're hidden. Okay, so like you don't remember where you put them, like you change the location every single time. That doesn't make sense. That really doesn't sound like a solution to your problem. In a weird way, I'm alienating myself, but I feel like if I can rewire my brain to not be needing constant dopamine hits, to be honest, I've been drinking more than usual. Typically, I wouldn't have the urge to drink so much, and you also get dopamine hits from alcohol. So I think that my brain is just trying to figure out where'd all the dope go. I went to the nursing home the other day and I tried to talk to the old ladies about and see if they thought smartphones were ruining the world, but they didn't really seem to, like, in the loop. They were like, oh, we have the same phone. I was like, yeah. Do you have Snake though? Because we could trade SIM cards. So it's really weird. So it is August 16th, 2021. It's almost been 3 months since I haven't had a phone. Or since I haven't had a smartphone. Just saying. Thriving. So what I've noticed is everyone is on their phone all the time. Y'all don't know because you have a phone and you're always on your phone. Everyone's always on their phone. So I work on set and I work in production. Everybody was taking so many pictures of everything. Maybe I probably would want a picture too because I'd want to show people the cool fucking shit I was doing as everybody else was. What, they think that they're gonna print off a 4x6 and mail it to their granny? No, they're gonna post it on Instagram and brag about it in a low-key way by just posting it. And let me just tell you this too. For all of you people out there that think that people are actually looking at your posts, guess what? No one's actually looking at them. Because I don't really ever see anyone actually look at Instagram. All I see is people, it's just because I don't have a phone. You guys are all living in this reality that I'm not a part of. It's only me, children under the year of 7, and old people. So these are the only people I can relate to right now. So I'm not a hater. Again, I used to be just one of you. I used to be one of you not too long ago. But now, I'm one of them. Because it's just real weird when you decide to do something that nobody else is doing. Because everyone finds it really weird. You know how many people I have to be like, I don't have an iPhone. Or, can I use your flashlight? I need this for this. So help. I feel like just the chatter in my life has cut down. I was talking to everybody and their mom that I met because I'm a very friendly girl. I felt like I had to talk to everyone all the time because, I don't know, they had my number. It's like cut down on my productivity, but in a good way. Because now I make time for things that really matter. Because before I was just doing a bunch of different things all the time. And by a bunch of different things, I mean like, I was checking my email more and I was texting people more and I was taking more content and posting and taking pictures of more things and... But besides that, I feel pretty damn productive. The only thing is my GPS. I've never made more wrong turns. Oh my God, she's so annoying. I have to get online beforehand, look at directions, kind of see which way I'm going because my GPS, when I'm in the parking garage, cannot pick up the satellite. I have to go outside my parking garage. But guess what? I can't go outside my apartment building. That's too close, honey. There's not enough satellites right there. I have to make my way kind of in the general direction, plug it in, turns on accept, type in the address perfectly because if you're one letter off, it's not going to find it. Again, this is a $269 GPS. You'd think that she could work as good as Waze, but she can't. So I find out where I'm going on a wing and a prayer. I'm tapping away. Like every single time I go somewhere, I've learned like if it says 17 minutes, I have to make room for 25. And the GPS has one job, get me there. And she can barely do it. Oh, but the other addition to my life is the iPod. The iPod was a game changer because I got real tired of my thoughts. It's real boring. You know, I need a little disco. So the iPod was amazing for that. That really was like, okay, great, I can do this now. But even though these are small inconveniences in my life, and I definitely feel that I'm at a disadvantage in some ways. Like it used to be super easy just to, where do I need to go? CVS. What time is it open? Here. Like it takes more time to just do things in general. But if I was spending 6 to 8 hours on my iPhone spending screen time, that means I kind of have like 6 to 8 more hours in the day. So I think I can take the time to go on MapQuest, use my brain a little, write down the address. Yes. I think I can do that. And also I feel like I'm just so much more sane and I feel like everyone's on the psycho train headed to hell. I know this sounds dramatic, but if you guys saw how much you were on your iPhones, you would be concerned. I feel so much less anxiety. I don't need to know what you guys are up to. I don't really care. I'm happy. I feel better. And I feel like I live in the world. I feel like I live on planet Earth. I feel like I don't live on a screen. And I know I sound cliche. Snap out of it, y'all. But then if everyone snapped out of it, that'd be such a weird world. Imagine going someplace, no phones, just vibes. No one's taking a photo of the calamari. No one even wants to take a photo of the calamari. Everyone just eats it. Like, do you need an iPhone that badly? Why can't you just make these other small changes to your life? I love my ringtone, by the way. I'll play it for you. Great. No complaints, not one. Love her. Just, I don't know. I don't know if I can save the world. You have to want to save yourself. Period.